What happens when you combine the brilliance of Adam Smith with the insights of Charles Darwin? The answer is someone like Andrew Lo, a professor at MIT's Sloan School of Management. Andrew brings a unique approach to finance, using statistical analysis, neuroscience, and interdisciplinary perspectives to understand and navigate the complexities of the financial markets. A few years ago, Andrew faced a significant challenge in his life. His mother, a courageous Chinese immigrant who had overcome personal struggles to raise Andrew and his siblings in New York City, was diagnosed with lung cancer. Determined to comprehend her prognosis and ensure she received the best possible care, Andrew delved into extensive research. Through a colleague, Andrew was introduced to the chief scientific officer of a biotech company in Cambridge that was developing an experimental drug specifically targeting his mother's type of cancer. Recognizing Andrew's expertise from his graduate school work, the chief scientific officer and chief financial officer agreed to meet with him to discuss their treatment options and potential benefits for his mother. During their conversation, Andrew asked a seemingly innocent question to the company executives, including Rana Foroohar, the author of Makers and Takers, The Rise of Finance and the Fall of American Business. He inquired about the influence of financing sources on the company's scientific agenda. To Andrew's astonishment, the executives chuckled and replied that finance actually drove their research agenda. As someone whose mother's life depended on the company's treatment, Andrew found this response outrageous. He couldn't understand why stock market fluctuations, interest rates, or Federal Reserve policies would have any bearing on the ability to cure cancer through innovative approaches like angiogenesis or immunotherapy. These circumstances raised crucial questions. Why are companies prioritizing profit-making over saving lives? Why are decision-makers neglecting their ethical responsibilities? Why do scientists and academics accept financial incentives from large pharmaceutical companies? This is the failure of business managers affecting not only Americans, but also the world. Chapter 1. The Dominance of Profit-Oriented Business Education. Business education has evolved significantly over time. In its early days, it wasn't even a formal discipline. Corporate leaders were often individuals who relied on intuition rather than formal training. In fact, at the turn of the century, only a small fraction of these leaders held college degrees, let alone the highly regarded MBA. The origins of modern business education can be traced back to institutions like the Wharton School, which emerged as a pioneer in the late 19th century. Initially, Wharton primarily offered vocational classes aimed at nurturing local business ecosystems. This approach was shared by other early institutions, such as the Eastman Schools and Folsom's Commercial College. However, the Great Depression cast a long and transformative shadow on the role of business in society. Following the market crash, capitalism faced severe scrutiny, with many questioning its viability. In response, industry titans retreated to protect their commercial interests, searching for new justifications and strategies to counter the perceived political threat from the Soviet Union. This defensive stance led to resistance against more collaborative labor relationships, akin to those observed in Germany, where the state, businesses, and workers maintained a cooperative approach. As a result, the focus shifted towards numerical analysis and financial management. Nonetheless, by the 1950s, American business schools embraced a data-driven approach, teaching operations and systems research. This methodology, popularized by organizations like RAND, gained traction among policymakers and executives such as Robert McNamara. The rising prominence of mathematically oriented economics further facilitated this shift.